I found my supposedly broke father's second family living in a mansion, complete with college funds I never got. It happened when I was delivering food for DoorDash in the wealthy part of town. 22 years old, living in a studio apartment, drowning in student loans because dad claimed he couldn't afford to help with college. Money's tight, he'd always said. You'll have to make your own way. I pulled up to this massive colonial house to deliver Chinese takeout. The address seemed familiar, but I couldn't place it. When the door opened, my stomach dropped. A kid who looked exactly like me at age 12 stood there. Same dark hair, same crooked smile. Behind him, I glimpsed family photos lining the hallway. Dad with this boy and two other kids I'd never seen before. "Is your dad home?" I managed to ask. "Randolph's at his conference," the kid said, "but Mom can sign for it." A woman appeared, beautiful, perfectly dressed. The kind of woman Dad said he could never afford to date after the divorce. "Thank you so much," she said, handing me a $20 for a $12 order. "Quincy, take this to the kitchen." As she turned away, I saw a framed diploma on the wall, Harvard, made out to Quincy Whitmore with Dad's signature as the financial sponsor. My hands shook as I walked back to my beat-up Honda. Dad had told me student loans built character, that struggling would make me appreciate success more. I sat in my car and Googled the address. Public records showed Dad bought the house 3 years ago. Cash purchase, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. Property tax records listed him as the primary resident. For 6 months, I'd been skipping meals to make rent while working 2 jobs. Last Christmas, Dad gave me a gift card to Subway and apologized that business was slow. That night, I drove to his apartment, the modest place where he supposedly lived. It was dark, clearly vacant. I called his cell. "Hey kiddo, what's up?" His voice was cheerful. "Where are you right now?" I asked. "Just got home from work, watching TV." Through my windshield, I could see his apartment was empty. "Which home would that be, Dad?" Silence. "I delivered food to Quincy today. Nice kid. Looks just like me." More silence. "How many other children do you have that you're actually supporting?" He finally sighed. "Listen, I can explain." "Don't." I hung up. The next morning, I showed up at his office with a laptop and copies of his tax returns that I'd requested as his emergency contact years ago. His secretary, Dolores, had always liked me. "I need to see Dad's client files from the last 5 years, I told her. "Honey, you look upset. What's wrong?" I showed her the photos I'd taken of the house, the family pictures, the Harvard diploma. Her face went pale. "He told us you were estranged. Said you'd cut him off. He's been claiming me as a dependent on his taxes while telling me he's broke." Dolores pulled the files. Dad's business was thriving. He'd made $340,000 last year. 3 hours later, I had everything I needed. Bank statements showing college fund deposits for Quincy and his siblings, mortgage payments on the mansion, receipts from family vacations to Europe. When Dad finally called me back, I was ready. "I'm meeting with a lawyer tomorrow," I said. "You claimed me as a dependent while providing no support. That's tax fraud. Now hold on. I have 6 years of documentation. Bank records, tax returns, business files. Either you pay my student loans and backdate a college fund contribution, or I file with the IRS." He tried to argue, but his voice lacked conviction. 2 weeks later, my loans were paid off and I had a check for $89,000. The same amount deposited in Quincy's account over 4 years. I never spoke to him again. But last month, I graduated nursing school debt-free. Sometimes the family you deserve is the one you build yourself.